Hey, good morning. It's Friday. 52 right now as you're waking up. Actually 51. It dropped a degree in the last few minutes there. We'll get to high of about 74, but boy, the wind's going to cut up today as we'll have wind gusts of about 30 miles an hour from time to time. So keep that in your back pocket to remember, and we definitely don't want to do any burning today. Now, we do have fog. Did you get into any fog coming in?
Very little.
Very little. We've got a lot the further north you go. Starkville. Also, we've got Tuscaloosa has a lot of fog this morning. Hour and a half ago, it was pretty thick here. It's backed off. If you're going to be traveling to Jackson, be cautious. Westbound lane near Brandon, there's a truck fire that has traffic blocked right now. Traffic's been, what they're predicting at this point is roughly another hour before the roadway is cleared. So if you're traveling to Jackson, there's going to be a delay right there at Brandon, I-20 westbound. Major truck fire. MDOT is on scene as well. That's the latest that we got from that. So keep that in mind with what you're doing. We've got a lot to talk about what's going on in the community, what happened overnight. We've got those details coming up at 7. Won't you join us for all that? A quick look at radar as we pull this up this morning. This shows you here Starkville, a lot of fog. Over in Tuscaloosa, we've got a lot of fog there also. And even a little bit over here south of Montgomery, a little bit there in that area there. We'll keep you up to date with all of that as this morning gets underway. Let's go get us a good word. You know, we're coming up on Easter before we know it. That'll be next weekend. Wow, the year is flying. We'll share all of that with you in a moment. Right now, let's go to Collinsville. Let's go to First Baptist.
You know, right now our culture is dangerously confused about what is right and wrong, what is good and evil. We see that confusion in the debates around sexuality and gender, in the conversations about sanctity of life, like when does life begin and when should life end? We also see it in the discussion about how to handle laws and crime, both locally and nationally, especially concerning immigration right now. There's just a lot of confusion. But the Bible's been given to us by God to bring clarity. It's God's revelation to us. It's where God tells us what He thinks about a topic. And when we turn to the Bible, we clearly see that right and wrong is not fuzzy. It's crystal clear. There's a definite demarcation separating them. There's a definite good and there's a definite evil. And God in 1 Thessalonians 5:22 unmistakably communicates to us how we're to relate to evil. He says to abstain from it, to hold yourself back from it, to keep away from it, to avoid it. We're to abstain from evil. And not just this type of evil or that type of evil. No, abstain from every form of evil. All of it's bad, and we should do everything we can to avoid it. And so that begs the question, what is evil? And here's where we go back to what God's given us in the Bible. Evil is whatever the Bible says is evil. What the Bible says, God says. So whatever the Bible says is evil, God says is evil. He's our standard, not the culture, not that attention-seeking, money-hungry influencer, not that well-meaning activist who's driving some agenda. No, it's God, and He's clearly given us His determination of what is good and evil in the Bible. The wise person will read the Bible and heed the Bible, staying away from everything it tells you to stay away from. Abstain from every form of evil as defined by the Bible. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that message. Again, they'll have church services Sunday. Well, I bet you could find anyone close to you. We got a bunch of those churches around. They just need a few people in them. Visit one today. Visit one Sunday. You'll be glad that you did. You'll meet a friend. Probably bump into a few friends you know. As we begin today, let's see what's going on across America. I didn't get as well planned as I normally am today. We do have a Florida police officer that has been injured in a car accident. You're not going to believe it when I tell you, but an illegal alien fleeing struck the police car. He's injured. He'll be okay. He'll make it through it. But boy. Have y'all been paying attention? This has been sort of like a thing across America for probably the last month and a half. Speculation ever since Jimmy Carter's funeral, when Michelle Obama didn't show up on the arm of Obama. There's been several other events. Even the inauguration, she didn't show. There was rumor of divorce. Y'all heard that like I did? She says it's false. There wasn't a lot of people that watched the podcast to hear her say that, but that's what we're being told now. She goes, not true whatsoever. We're fine. We're not getting a divorce. Odie had been losing sleep over it for weeks, and I told him we'd find the answer out eventually there. Ted Cruz. Now, I watched an interview with Donald Trump on this, and he goes, look, there's 50% that love this, 50% that don't. He just kind of sounded like he was doing this, washing his hands of it and backing away from it. Ted Cruz, he's carrying the torch. He's ready to get daylight savings time locked in to where we have one time zone. I'm for that. More daylight. Where do we go to sign up for this? If it didn't cost so much, I'd say let's vote on it, but boy, that would be an expensive transition, wouldn't it? But that's Ted Cruz pushing that. We'll see if it becomes law or not. Inmates that escape, bad guys. You often hear us talk about those. We had one escape California. They have went to Mexico. While there, he killed a police chief in Mexico. He most likely had ties some way to the cartel. Is somebody wearing a traffic vest in here? Y'all wait till you see this outfit that's coming up. Woof. That girl's dressed. That really is a traffic vest, isn't it?
I just asked her if she was going to go work for us.
We had a truck stolen a minute ago. You might want to go direct traffic as they... We'll find out more about this in just a moment.
See y'all later.
Hey, we looked into this, and I couldn't find anybody who cared, but it's a headline. I asked everybody in the studio, I said, do you care about this? And they said no. But somebody named Justin Rhodes is leading the Masters in golf. I couldn't find a single soul in here that really cared. But in case you do, that's who's leading for the Masters there. You want a jacket or something like that.
Yeah, green jacket.
A green jacket. I saw that in Happy Gilmore. The only reason I know that. I can't watch golf on TV, y'all. It's, yeah.
You got to be quiet.
It's like listening to 88.1 on a car radio station. Who really does that? It's really boring, and they never change their monotone. It's 88 degrees. Today will be fair. That's how they talk. It's just nothing to it. I have to have the highs and lows make me happy. Sad news is we go to, if you'll remember, Grey's Anatomy. Do y'all remember that TV show? A guy named Eric Dane. He was a big-time actor on there. He's been diagnosed with cancer. We wish him luck in his family. It's pretty serious. He could have anywhere from 3 years to maybe 10 at most is what they're giving on this. Makes you think of that Tim McGraw song, I Went Skydiving. If you were told that news, how would you react? It's probably best we don't know those things because it would affect everything that you do. I disagree with this, and I need to see if I can find what he did because I know it's here. We have a murderer who has admitted that he killed somebody. He's I was trying to find it, and I should have had this highlighted of what he did. But what he's complaining about, now again, this is after he murdered someone. He's complaining that it's inhumane that he'll be taken out by a firing squad. It's just not right. Again, he used it's 2004. This is what he did. He killed an off-duty police officer, 2004. And he wants to complain that it's inhumane for him to be put to death by a firing squad. They say that he's a wonderful guy now after he's went to prison. He's really changed his life. I'm not going to bet a wooden nickel on that. You can clean all this away. He still took a police officer's life. That was 04. This is 25. That was 21 years ago. No excuses. Let's get this taken care of. I don't know where this will lead. Derek Chauvin, do you know who I'm talking about? This goes back to Floyd. You now have 34 police officers stepping up going, wait a minute, the whole truth and nothing but the truth was not told about our training. They're saying that they were trained to hold somebody down with a knee, to where when the trial happened, no one would step forward, no one would say anything. But now they're having police officers say, yes, we were trained that way. Does that change anything? I don't know. Probably not. But police officers saying they were trained to do that. And I think most were. Somebody take it for what that's worth. Let's see here. 700 pages are being released. Do y'all remember the Russia hoax? 700 pages of that are now available for you to go through and read. My, oh my, the dirty web that some weave in Washington, D.C. It's there for others to view now. Nothing but a lie. Let's see what else we've got here. Duck hunter. These two were very young. They were probably best friends off duck hunting. He accidentally shot the guy that he was hunting with. They finally made a verdict on this, and it will be more or less probationary. After they've gotten into this, they found no alcohol was involved whatsoever. They were hunting. Somehow or another, he picked up the gun went off. Sad either way, isn't it? But he will get probation on it. It was an accidental shooting is what they've ruled on that. I hate that. I've never in my years heard this. And now, I've never been on a subway. Many of you probably have. I haven't. And I assume that someone could pass away and ride a subway for a few hours and no one notice it due to the stopping and the going and the many people getting off and how some people just sleep. But the dirtiest of sickeningest things would happen on this particular subway. They don't have the name yet, I don't believe. No, they do. Carlos Garcia is his name. They were looking for him. A vile act. This man raped a dead man. Witnessed. The search is on for him. Hopefully he'll be caught and brought to justice is what we hope. The death toll has risen as we go to the Dominican Republic. We were thinking it was somewhere around 200 that died when that building collapsed yesterday, day before yesterday. It's up to 220 deaths now involved with this building when it collapsed. It was more or less a nightclub and the roof caved in. Baseball players, several people involved in that. Also, y'all be ready for this. I know that a lot of you look forward to reading documents that have been classified for years. They're going to be releasing the files of Robert F. Kennedy and also Martin Luther King in their deaths. All of those papers, that is getting ready to be made public. There will be a lot of people that want to know what those papers have to say. Conspiracy theories involved with that as well. Now, I have to think, and I think my studio audience would agree with this, we do it locally. Paper ballots. Y'all know we don't rarely have a problem here in Lauderdale County. You can go back and look and see what it is. Miss Gabbard, Tulsi Gabbard, she is looking at making this, when it comes to the presidential election, a paper ballot. Now, it may not go anywhere. She says there's far too many ways that a computer could be hacked. I would support that. Seriously, if you've ever looked at how elections are held locally, they work smoothly. Or if you could do that nationwide, can you imagine? I think it'd be good. We'll see if it goes anywhere. I'm not going to bet the farm on it. But we had some folks whining in Washington a few months back. Donald Trump was appointed to run, if you will remember, the Kennedy Center. They said it's over as he got rid of all of these DEI programs and shows that went against what he was voted for by the American people. Guess what? Highest attendance it's ever had, broke all records so far with the entertainment that they've had. He canceled all those shows that were way left, and it's being packed every night. Ain't that something? Huh. We have been far too long led by people in the media that didn't have your best interest in store for you. It's my 2 cents on that. Geraldo, I can't believe this, is praising the president. He said it was brilliant. He said it's not over yet, but it's brilliant. As we look at the tariffs that have been placed, he says it's going to work, just hang in there. He said the man has a plan. Don't give up just yet. Let's see what else we have this morning. I don't quite understand that. We're going to stay away from that until I understand more about that. I've read this earlier this week. We had and he served 40 years in jail. But we still have someone whose life was taken. A Mexican drug lord is released from prison. 40 years ago, he killed a DEA agent. He served 40 years for it, day for day, and is now released back into the public. Let's see what else we have today as we're going through stories that are affecting us. Barbie. Anybody need a new Ken doll? I hadn't seen one in years, but this one's going to be the new LeBron James doll. Ken, little doll there. I guess no matter who you are, to get your own doll would be pretty neat from Ken and Barbie. LeBron James. Somebody says they're insulted over by the coffee machine. She's already wanting to leave. Let's see what else we got this morning. Mistakenly, someone released from jail as we look at this. This is about the second time this year that this has happened. Someone accidentally released from prison. He was accused. He was awaiting to be put on trial for murder. He was accidentally released. They're looking for him. And there's nothing like having your wife protect you. What it really is in this case, you're down by the fishing hole, and a gator comes out and she attacked her husband. She fought him off and saved her husband's life. That was in South Carolina. That's pretty good there.
My wife was shot in the leg.
Greg said it wouldn't have worked out so well for him. Is that a fanny pack? No, I'm serious, y'all. Where? Oh, she walked away from the camera. What was it that he used? I think I saw a putty tat. I think I saw a fanny pack. Y'all look at this.
It's an American tourist.
American tourist.
Come on, Mr. Tigger. He's doing
Y'all.
a very serious show right now.
Y'all, this is going to be fun. We're going to do your weather forecast next as we recoup from that. We'll be right back.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
We welcome you to a new vehicle buying experience here at Doc's Toyota. Buying a new vehicle doesn't have to be stressful, but don't just take our word for it.
This was the best experience I've ever had buying a vehicle.
Doc's employees are top-notch.
I drove 2 hours, not once, but twice, to purchase 2 vehicles with a 5-month time frame.
Doc's delivers competitive pricing, a comprehensive selection, and flexible financing options, helping you get on the road from Carthage, Meridian, and beyond. There's a reason why there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we go to our record highs, record lows today, back in 19, it was 87 degrees today. Back in 89, a few of us still remember that. It was 31 today. As we look at the outlook, 73 is what we'll see. Sunshine returning. It'll be cloudy for the most part, but don't forget we're going to have wind gusts of up to about 30 miles an hour. So no burning. That will make havoc on people that have to go put those stuff out. As we look at Burmerland, as we go across here, 70 in Demopolis. We'll make it all the way and cooler around Birmingham at that point, around 65. We should see 73 in the south end of the state of Alabama. Let's go back here and show you as we see warmer weather making its way from California, Texas, all the way toward Mississippi. We're kind of normal right now, cooler in eastern Alabama as we look at 72, 73 for a high today. As we go across this, temperatures will rise to 70 tomorrow. It's going to be great weather. No rain for tonight for the big events in downtown Meridian, or tomorrow as we'll go to Newton and then come back for Sip and Savor in Meridian. Perfect. Sunday, look at this church weather, 77 and sunny. Boy, that's great. Easter egg hunts are going to be everywhere this weekend. 86 returns on Monday, and for the week, we'll be right there at that 80-degree mark for the most part of the week. As we go another week into this, 82 by next Friday, a week from today, and we'll hit 81 next Monday and stay in it for most of that week, all the way through the 25th. That's scary. That shows you just how close we are to getting rid of April already. Let's talk about fishing. What's happening today? Northwest wind 5 to 10, increasing to 10 to 15 by the afternoon. And again, those wind gusts will be about 30. Best time to fish today is going to be 11 o'clock through about 1. You'll have a minor time at 6 p.m. until dark 30. About an hour there, roughly. It'll still be daylight. I misjudged that. I was used to the old time. It stays dark to about, 7:45 now or so? You can see roughly about then. Sunrise happened at 6:25 this morning. Sunset will stay until 7:22. So, yeah, about 7:30 or so, you'll still be able to see a little bit. It is Friday, Fun Friday, right around the corner as the entire gang is here. We're getting ready for more coffee. They're cutting eyes at each other. This is the gang that we've got coming up.
No, you gotta move over. You're not the whole thing.
Well, you so bright. Come this way, man.
They didn't commence to arguing, folks. We'll be back at 7 o'clock. Won't you join us? It's Fun Friday. We'll tell you all the news and headlines that's going on in our community. Join us. It all begins at 7 at the Scotty Ray Report.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.